All right, welcome back. Star Wars Racing Incorporated and Lorex 7. Got a quick shop update. Couple things going on as always. There's always something going on with the race car. So let's see what's up. We got Lorex 7 here. As you can see, there are no numbers, no markings for the most part. And that's because we are getting ready to prep this car for paint. We placed the call to the paint department of Star Wars Racing Incorporated. There's the paint department right there, baby. Ready to go. Actually, I got a whole lot because I'm gonna paint the trailer as well. So, but yeah, there's your paint department on a budget racer. That's what the paint department looks like. Okay, so paint department says we're good to go. So we are gonna be removing the final final pieces of the plastic dip. As you can see here, it's a removable, kind of rubberized cover. The way the car was painted before. We're almost done. Already did the top. As you can see, it's all blue. And then this last part, I didn't apply enough, as recommended. So it's a little more difficult to remove. You can see here. It comes off, but it's not as, the layer was not as, didn't have enough layers, so it breaks up a little bit. But basically that's how it comes out right there. Look at that, right? You just keep pulling it until you get the whole thing out. So I'm working on that, and then we'll wash it again, and then I think we're gonna proceed with the paint. Maybe this weekend, if not by next weekend. We're going back to black, going back to the dark side, baby. So that's what's going on here. I don't know if we'll, I left a couple stickers, the ones that are required for racing, in case I don't paint it and I decide to go to Daytona at the beginning of August. I don't know if I will do that. The economics are saying no, so I probably won't do that. But just in case, we're leaving those on. We'll stick some number in there and let's go racing, right? So now the car is doing good, doing great. Finally got the fuel pickup issue resolved and the car clear up. So now it's just a matter of tuning it a little bit better so we get top power out of it. But really happy that the car finally clear and looking good. All right, a couple of advice things in the advice department. First is, if the alternator is not charging, it could be the alternator, of course, or it could be your belt, actually, or it could be the pulley, of course, if it's not tight enough, or maybe too tight, one of the two, or the belt. So the belt is probably another good one to check, obviously. It will still work, the belt will work, but if it's too worn out, then it will get thinner and will actually get too deep into the groove. And that will, obviously not, it will rotate, and it feels like it's normal, but it's not. So it's a cheap repair, but again, if your alternator is not charging, check the belt. That might be it, because if it's too thin, like I said, it'll just get too deep into the groove, and I guess that creates less rotation, and it doesn't make the alternator charge, even if you rev it really high. So we took care of that too last weekend, so really happy with that. And then our last issue was this. Kept having overflow coming out of the breather, oil overflow, and I think we finally figure out why, because we changed all the components. We have new pressure regulators. We double check the front regulator for the oil regulators, you name it, put less oil. We tried everything, but in reality, that is the culprit right there. So that's the oil pickup, basically. The oil pump is in there, pumps it right out of here. As you can see there, as soon as it comes off, it goes absolutely vertical. So gravity does play a role in this, and I think what's happening is, obviously, since it's going all the way vertical, you may not be able to see how vertical that is, but it's immediately going up, then it's not pushing enough oil out of the oil pan, and it's leaving it sort of hanging on the top there. And when the pressure starts coming up, and it starts coming up through the vents here, so we're going to be changing this. This is the external oil filter. We're going to lower this so it's at the same level horizontally with the pickup, and that should do it. I mean, if not, I'll just delete this guy and just connect the oil cooler directly there, which is another easy option. But you like to have this on a race car in case something happens. This will cache all your shavings and they don't go into the oil cooler. So we're gonna try that route first. We're just gonna lower this down, which is not a problem. We'll just open some holes down there, lower it down there, and then run that way. So really excited to do that. Probably do that somewhere next week. Also, I'm gonna take the front fenders out. I got some repairs to do before we paint. This is kind of crack here, a little crack here. It's got a crack here as well, so we're gonna reinforce those from the back. All my good stickers are gone here, so you can see. This guy here, it's a little loose, as you can see there. So we're gonna reinforce it here, there. Nice little plastic, some rivets, make it nice and strong. Just like we did on this side. This worked out really nice. So fix the fenders and then prime them and put them back in. Now we're gonna paint this baby, rock and roll, back to the dark side. That's what's gonna happen. Also, this guy here, we're gonna take it out and properly do a sealant all around, so that we can hopefully reduce the amount of tape I'm using here. We'll put some just to cover up these just a little bit, but the main reason for the tape was to kind of seal it from rain. But we're gonna try to seal it up real good now, do it properly, and then put it back on. That's no problem. So that's what's going on here with the shop. The last thing is we're gonna be doing some shelving here, some nice wood shelving. Put the tire rack all the way across there. So that's why we got some wood there on the fabrication department. Got some more wood here we're gonna be using for that exercise. Probably be what we focus on this weekend, and then finish a little bit of the prep with the car as far as getting it ready for paint. And then next time you see Lorix 7, it's gonna be back to the dark side of the force, baby. That's how we do. So that's what's going on here. Kind of a quiet weekend. We may not make that race at Daytona. The economics are not looking good, so we'll just keep working on the car if I don't go, and then maybe do a race at Sebring somewhere in September before we head to the runoffs. That's our main objective, so we need to save some time, money, and effort in the preparation for the runoffs. But that's what's going on. You guys stay safe, stay good. In the meantime, we're gonna take this guy back to the dark side. Star Wars Racing Incorporated.